Push it. We can get to there and still be able to scavenge. We might make Arcane next turn if I have to push a tiny bit. Oh, only a 40%. But we're back to 9889, so we're in really good shape. We've got food even for the return trip if we get even a little bit of food on this one. We got enough to cover the day at least. Back to 7. We will have to push slightly. It's a pretty fast trip. Okay, so order of events. Rest first. Turn in this, and then rest. So, I'm trying to remember where I can see the speedy delivery thing. Which screen was it on? Asks. There was a way to see the time frame. There it is. All right. So 6 out of 11 days. Fast delivery deadline in 1 day. So we made it on that one. And we made it on that one. So we're going to get the fast delivery bonus. Big rep bonus. Look at that rep change for a fast delivery. Same cash, but big rep bonus. All right. So get those turned in. Hey, +6. Oh, the normal one and +6. So yeah, it doubled it. All right. Wait, see, why do we get that? Now I'm confused. We should have got the +12 on both of them. Why did I only get the +12 on the one? Or I got +6 on the first one for Oakwoe. Why are these not in chronological order? Huh, alright, whatever. I can't do anything about it, but that seemed weird. Let's see. So I'm not even gonna look at this stuff yet. Let's do the sleep thing first before I forget. So we should be in good shape. 999. I don't care so much about obedience. That's mostly to do with the slave stuff that we're not engaged in currently. So we're in great shape. Let's just bump back down to this one. Nope. Okay, now we've done it in the proper order. We're heading back to Torzag is the current plan. I don't remember trying to do Arcane to Lumen. The big problem here is food. Food is twice as expensive here as it was in Torzag. All right, pottery is in demand. Glad to hear it. So our pottery was bought at 3.7. We're selling at 6.3, so nearly double. That price shouldn't move if it's in demand. And then our wine, our mushroom beer, I mean, it doesn't say in demand. We bought it at 9, selling at 1.5. 0.9, selling at 1.5. And G. Where's our money going? How are we not making money? We're continually losing money. I've sold every single thing we've carried. We're lower on food than we were when we started at Torzag's. We made good profit. Where the hell did the money go? I'm confused. I'm really confused right now. How did that trip lose money? We brought 2 faction missions. We have less food now, and I have to buy it at a higher price. I haven't bought any yet, so that's not accounting for the loss. But how the hell do I have less money now? Something feels broke. Anybody got an idea of why I just made that very fast trip, and I have less money than when we left, even though we were getting almost, I mean, 50 to 100, not 100% profit, but fairly big profits on everything we brought. I don't understand how that math works. That absolutely was not happening like the first 4 live streams and all my previous play. That trip would have gotten me some cash surplus. But we are currently at a loss. I just want to make sure I'm not missing something that is normal game mechanics versus, you know, something's broken. I didn't have any other sudden weird expenditures. No, it costs almost nothing to rest. It's definitely not that. I mean, I've been resting in town the entire time. Unless all of a sudden prices to rest have gone up like tenfold. I mean, this rest option cost 2. But I've been paying these kind of amounts for a while. So I mean, maybe that does seem pretty high. 2 bros to rest. I don't remember what the previous totals were. I don't usually pay much attention to it because it's never really seemed to factor in. But even considering that, I don't see how I could possibly have lost money on that run. That seems really weird. Two back to Torzag's, 1 to Lumen, which I'm scared to death now of taking a loss run, meaning a run where I know I'm going to lose money normally from my previous experience. Now, with this weirdness going on, it would be a horrific amount of loss if this continues without me figuring out what's going on. So I got to play it safe. It's got to be back to Torzag's. So we'll take these 2 back to Torzag. I can't do that one. They need a requirement of level 1, which we don't have rep on them yet. Which means I've got 1 single Torzag's. 1 single Torzag's. Well, great. Of course, it's marble. Same thing I'm going to have to take back. Buy at 4, sell at 7. I mean, prices are pretty recent. There's not going to be anything better than that. And it usually will hold as much as I can buy and sell. So we'll load up, but I'm really worried now about how this stuff is happening. 5 days. I'm going to risk it. Let's go full. Yeah. Garrick's grumpy again. 46%. Good enough. Gotta leave a bit behind. Now we can push it. Go to there. Leave even more behind. That always hurts me. Alright, we're still sitting at 6 days. That's plenty. This would be our last opportunity before we hit the road again. I'd have to stop here, but we're... Yeah, I'm not going to bother. Let's just push it. Just a couple more days we can be in. Nah. Uh-oh. That road tax guy got me right before I got into the city. That's funny. How much? Another bras gone. Yeah, that does feel expensive now. We'll just sleep on the stable floor. We're mostly maxed out anyway. Alright, so that saved us a bit of cash, but now comes the big question. So, marble in demand. Oh, price is dropping. Down to 7.6, still a profit. But it just about hit parity right there. What I'm worried about, this is where market saturation comes in. I think if I did another fast trip, I don't think the price would have recovered. So now I'm going to be back in that same boat. And again, when I buy food, I'm going to be back. Now, we haven't made profit. I got to get my food back to where we were up north. Then we look at to decide if we have profit. So, I think I was at... I think I had one more food. So, tiny bit of profit. Tiny bit of profit. All right. I can't just keep going back and forth on that same run. Oh man, I'm gonna get wiped if I try to do that run up to that far northwestern city to continue the quest line for our companion. Yeah, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do here. All of a sudden, things are looking a little grim. Let's check faction mission opportunities. I mean, we can make some cash on those. But we got to get a bunch of them going one direction with, hopefully, trade options and something to bring back at the far end or to continue with. So, how many lumen do we have for an experimental lumen run? We got the one. Merchant only, please. So, one. Nothing for Oakwo. Come on, Oakwo. What the hell, man? 2, 3, 4, 5. So, I mean, we could basically fill our entire caravan up with just the merchant stuff. The outgoing run is fine, though. Mushroom beer I can make money on going to Lumen. It's the Lumen to anywhere else where we have the problem. There's nothing to buy there except the crystals. And as long as the crystals prices are so high, I can't... I'm screwed on the return trip. I think I have to do it anyway. I have to see if the prices are still screwed. So we still need to go there. I think I'll go ahead and try to get the payout from the merchants instead of me taking stuff there. So let's just go ahead and take all of these lumen ones. What do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. If I put that in there. So we can take 5 of these missions. So Carpenter's Guild to Lumen, sure. All right. Oh, I got an. Oh, I think 1 or 2 of these only gave me a single item. But we still got 2 slots. All right. Let's go ahead and grab some mushroom beer again, as usual, and pottery. I haven't been to Lumen in a little while. Mushroom beer, buy it 2, sell it 4, and pottery is there, I think. Nope. Pottery 5 to 10. So, yeah. Maybe 1 of each. Am I okay with 6 days? See, here's the problem. I'm tempted to just throw food into these 2. It really comes down to how much luck we're going to have with scavenging. Because when we get there, prices are like triple what they are here for food. So if I show up with no food left, I'm going to lose any profit I might have just trying to buy enough food to get back to the other area. We are going to off-road a fair bit of the trip, so yeah, let's risk it. Let's go mushroom beer. I'm going to do 1 of each. Mushroom beer and pottery. Oops. Crap. I'm supposed to be doing stacks here. Oh, I guess I did grab a stack. Alright, we're all rested up. We've got faction missions. We've got our own personal stuff. We got 6 days of supplies. We're hoping that we arrive fully stocked on food from our scavenging, so I don't have to buy any at the far end for the return trip. No passengers. Okay, let's see what happens. So, we're going to stay on the road probably till for a bit, unfortunately. Then I got to off-road it. But we'll be on the road for the first couple of days. We'll go ahead and do that. Get us to there. Let's drop to 100 for this first rest. Everything else is in pretty good shape. And did we off-road yet? No, let's get to near the crossroads, then we'll off-road from here, end up. I think I'll alternate between 100 and 150. Alright, time to start considering the off-road. Do we wait 1 more day? And do it when we've got the resourcefulness boost? Nah, that's a good opportunity right there. Let's go ahead and take it. I like the number 7 when I have 9 vitality. What you looking like? Whoa, 22%. Good lord. Wow. These are some slim pickings. Yeah. Ah! Damn it. You forging bastards, you rolled a 3. Lumen's right there. I mean, it's not super far off. I really need to come in with supplies. Please don't give me horrible numbers. That's much better. 62. Give me a good roll on that 62, please. 57 with a 4, another really good number. I really need to figure out the utility and usability of that scouting option where it kind of scans the local area. It just seems like a huge waste because you have to spend so many points to do the scan, and then you move to the location that the scan results say are going to be good, and then you do the searching or the scavenging, but it just seems like it's a huge waste. Score! Crit success! Success! 600 units. We're going to have to leave the extra stuff behind. That's fine. Another one of those. -2 vigor. We're not going to get much done today. Do we just push and make it in? 6 is a good number, actually. That leaves us the 2 we need to do this. So it costs 2 movement points. That's why when you hear me, if you're not familiar, it's why you hear me say these numbers. When I have 9 vigor, I like a 7 movement because that leaves me 2 movement points to be able to pay for these guys going out and taking the time to search for supplies. If you don't have 2 points, then you have to spend a vigor point, which slows down your movement rate. So what are we looking at? 41 with a 6 is not great news. This one's really good. I think I'll leave these guys back and we'll let them do the work this time. Damn it. I was hoping for a payout right there. We're going to show up with, and after we rest, we'll only have 2-3 days. I'm tempted to stop here and try resting one more time, but let's not. Let's go find out the bad news. Okay, first turn you guys in. I mean, this looks nice. So 10, 13, 12, 6, 6. Turn in. Task completed fast. We got the bonus. Again, why did it says fast, but it only shows the +6. I don't get the discrepancy here. Task completed fast. It should be +12. Why am I only getting +6? Alright, whatever. So that part's done. That gave us a bit of a boost. Next up. So everything else is mine to sell. Get rid of that. So supplies. We're looking at 4 days, and I haven't rested yet. So that's going to be 3 days for the return trip. And that's the price right there that I was talking about. So it's triple the price to buy supplies here compared to where we just came from. That's the silent killer. If you don't be careful and keep an eye on that number, given the quantity you have to buy to keep a fairly, well, for me at least, large caravan going. All right, let's look at some numbers. So pottery is in demand. We bought it at 3.7. We're selling it at 6.7. We only have the 1 unit to sell. Price didn't move. Yeah, and then the mushroom beer bought at 0.9, selling at 1.6. That's not nearly as good. And that's it. That's all our sales. We jumped to 303. We're down slightly on our food amount from where we started. But that's a pretty good price. But again, that's the one direction. I still got to get out of here. And by the time we get back to Torzags, that's when we do the comparison because it could still be really bad. All right. So typically it's just crystals out of here. Let's go ahead and look at prices now that we've got up-to-date prices. So I want Lumen here, and I want Torzags here. And we'll even put Arcane up. That's the other potential. All right, so Lumen, it's almost always the ceruleus crystals. So the buy price is down to 22. It was 29 last time. We were looking at a loss. We were looking at buying at 29 and selling at 28. So, you know, at least it's back to profit potential if the price doesn't go up as I'm buying. So we're not at a loss yet. And that's usually the only thing. Almost never anything else here that you can transport out that's going to get you any kind of money. But we'll take a look. So that one, loss. I'll try to look at both of them. So 22 to 28, 28, 14 to 8, 7. Yeah, they're all terrible. Let's show everything. Crystals should be pretty much the only thing. Everything else is cheaper where we're going. Yeah, pretty universally terrible. There's like one or two that are about even, but otherwise it's all losses. All right, so yeah, one trick pony here. So we'll buy some crystal. I don't think so. The crystal is going to sell theoretically the same at both. If we do an Arcane run, we might be able to pick up missions, faction missions at Arcane, and more marble to take back down to Torzags. So I got to decide, are we going to do the Arcane part and then back down to Torzags? That's been the traditional run I would do. I would do this circle until I saw the ceruleus crystal price crash. So my profitability is largely going to ride on my not buying food here and being able to pick up enough food to get there. I haven't looked at the faction stuff yet. There's not a lot of faction activity out of here usually. There's only a couple of houses. Yeah, there's only a few houses that have a few factions that have trade houses here. So Larnak, Devon, there's one back to Torzag that we can take. And that's it. So there's exactly one, and it's going to Torzag, which would take up 2 of my cargo slots. And unless I make Torzag my next destination, I don't think I want to do this. I wouldn't get the fast delivery for sure if I go to Arcane first. And I knew this was going to be true when I got here. I wasn't going to get like the 5 faction delivery missions in Lumen. Sheesh, yeah, we need to be level 2 to get missions from these guys. We're still at level 0. And it's taking forever to raise these faction numbers. Arcane to Torzags or just straight back to Torzags. I would really like to do the circuit because that gives a little more time for the market to recover instead of just bouncing back and forth to one trade line. Let's do Arcane. Let's just complete the loop, see how it goes. All right, decision made. And like I said, I could take it, but it all really comes down to, do I think the crystal price is going to collapse when I go sell all of these crystal slots over in Arcane? I'm going to have to carry some of the crystals from Arcane over to Torzags. I think that's going to be too much crystal for even if I split it up. So let's go ahead and take this Torzag. We won't get the bonus faction reward. But, all right, so we did that. Ah, damn it. Forgot to rest again. You guys didn't yell at me. I blame you guys for me being a dumbass. A little too late now, but... Ooh, nutrition dropped to 5. That's right, I set us on 100 and I left it there. Youch. Alright, yeah, I need to do the middle expensive one. There goes another 2. Oh boy. That's misleading because I don't think that number... Yeah, that number doesn't take into account my 150% usage. It's not computing it versus the 150. It's computing it versus the 100%. So, yeah, here goes our cash. 2 days is too few. I got to dump some cash. So this is going to cost me, whew, holy crap, so much money. Ow. So much money. I hate Lumen. I hate this place. Alright, it's going to be interesting to see what our final number is going to be when we get back to Torzag. They ran out of crystal. Oh crap, I wasn't watching the buy price. Oh boy. Crap. Did I just buy so much at such a price that... Oof, it's barely going to be profitable now. Our average is like 8.5. Yeah, this is going to be such a loss. What happened to the crystal market? Man, I didn't even fill up the other slots, and I got nothing else I can buy here. Oh, yeah, we're going to lose so much money. It's going to be awful. All right, let's get out of here. Crap.